Hey everybody, and welcome to the Real Estate Minute Show. Another episode, and thanks for a couple minutes of your time. Air quality. So air quality inside your home has become kind of an important thing, and the only reason why it's become important is because people know a lot more information about it. And there's so much, home inspectors are starting to talk about it more. They're starting to find like causes like obviously carbon monoxide and even having, I talked in an episode, I can't remember which number it was, forgive me, but about granite, for instance, like granite gives off some radon and other things naturally occurring. Certain type of mold spores, other compounds, humidity levels, and all kinds of stuff now that they like pay attention to. And it's really because of the technology that's around that monitors this stuff now. So I was having an issue in our new house in that we have in North Carolina, and it's this whole crawl space thing they have out here, and it's totally different. It gets super humid, and you got to watch out for mold and humidity, and everyone's talking about crawl spaces out here. It's like our version of earthquakes in California. So what we had to do is all of a sudden I'm testing the air quality in the home. I'm getting my eyes are getting bloodshot, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, what do I got? It's a new house. What the hell's going on? Well, they resolved it, got the humidity levels down and everything. That's great. But what I did is I bought two things, and I'm going to recommend you buy two things like this. It might scare you at first when you set them up, because you might say like, holy crap, what is this level that is high? But there's fixes to all this stuff. So one is a company called AIRTHINGS. So something like a monitor that you sit in your house. It's like a little disc. It's like this big. And they have all kinds of contraptions to it, almost like the Ring doorbell thing. You could buy all kinds of contraptions and setups for it. But just the basic level is just getting this one monitor. And I'll put a link to it in the show notes. And it's one little thing. You stick it in one area of your home that's kind of like at breathing level. And it's going to monitor about 5 different things for you. It takes about a week to set up, meaning it takes some time to kind of like get a average for you. And it's going to test for these 5 things, which is air temperature, humidity levels, carbon monoxide, volatile organic compounds, which is something, and something else that I can't remember. Oh, radon. Sorry. It tests for radon, which is one of the most important things. I apologize. I left it out. And I didn't talk about it earlier. Radon is one of the things we test for now and recommend that all of our clients test for in their home inspection. It's super cheap. You could buy kits, but you can have someone come out for like $80 to $100. They test it and tell you if you're above levels. That's it. Everybody has some form of radon. It's naturally occurring. Some areas have more, different times of the year, humidity levels, etc. It goes up and down all over. But this contraption takes an average. And you get it on your phone. You can connect to it on your phone inside your house via Wi-Fi. If you get the super fancy kit, you can do it while you're on the road somewhere and test it. That's one thing you should get, and I highly recommend it. It's been super helpful for me because all of a sudden my volatile organic compound level goes up a little bit, and I would normally not do this. I'm not super finicky, but I open the window, and half an hour later it's like dropped to the bottom again. It's just things to help. Now, these things are not going to like kill you instantaneously. It's things over like 25, 30 years that may cause you an issue later on. The second one is a humidity monitor. These things are like $50, and I'll put a link to that one also as well. I think it's called Sensor Push. It's a little tiny cube like this, and you could just buy a bunch of them. But I bought one, and I stick it in my crawl space underneath. Right in the middle, I just tacked it to the top. It's got an app, and it tells you humidity levels, all kinds of dew point stuff. But essentially, the most important thing is the temperature and the humidity level of an area you normally can't access, which is like in the crawl spaces of your home, attics, stuff like that. And it tells you, and it goes off and monitors and sends you a notification if it's too high or too low. Those are 2 monitors. So for like $200 to $250, you can be like sleep peaceful at night. And I think it's important to do. And as I mentioned, I'm going to put both links down below to where you can check out the AirThings and check out the Sensor Push. Specifically with the AirThings, I was able to, because it's such an important device, I was able to negotiate with that company, AirThings, where I can get you 10% off to my viewers and listeners. And so that's a great deal. Just click the link below and it'll take you directly to that, and you should see a 10% off at checkout.